אני מתייצב היום בבסיס תל השומר ומסרב להתגייס, מסרב לקחת חלק במלחמה הנפשעת בעזה. אני מאמין שטבח לא פותר טבח.
In Israel, refusing mandatory military service can cost you your freedom, as was the case with 18-year-old Israeli activist Tal Mitnick. Mitnick has become the first Israeli to be jailed for refusing to enlist in the Israeli army since October 7th, following his opposition to Israel's illegal occupation of Palestinian territories and its ongoing war on blockaded Gaza, in which thousands of Palestinians have been killed. An anti-apartheid campaigner, Mitnick has been a vocal critic of Israel's oppressive policies and has held protests in Tel Aviv along with other anti-war activists.
We are here to call for a ceasefire, a return of the hostages, and a long-ending solution to this conflict.
After serving a 30-day sentence in a military prison, Mitnick will be ordered to report to the recruitment center once again. Another refusal will likely lead to another jail sentence. Mitnick is a part of Mesarvot, an Israeli refuser support network connecting different initiatives and groups that have taken up an ideological stance against Israel's occupation and treatment of Palestinians. For his friends, his decision to go public is a testament to his courage.
My friend Tal, he knew he was going to object way before the war. I know him for, I think ever since I was first imprisoned. I told him he was very brave to not only object, but to object now and to show his face.
Mitnick isn't the only Israeli objecting to their country's oppression of Palestinians. In September 2023, over 230 Israeli high schoolers signed an open letter and announced they would be resisting military draft as conscientious objectors, a sign that the number of refuseniks is growing in Israeli society. In Israel, military conscription is seen as a unifying factor, a part of Israeli national identity and a rite of passage.
From the second you are born to become a soldier. It's not only the law in Israel, it's the society.
And declining to serve in the military may lead to refuseniks being labelled traitors. According to Israeli law, Jewish Israeli citizens over the age of 18 are required to perform military service. Once enlisted, men serve for 3 years and women for 2 years. Following this, men are required to perform a period of reserve service each year, while for women it's voluntary. However, there are some exceptions. The Israeli army does not conscript Arab Israelis, but they may choose to volunteer. Exemptions are also granted on medical, legal and religious grounds. The ultra-Orthodox Haredi Jews are also excused from national service so they can pursue their religious studies. While Israel provides exemptions to certain religious minorities, it does not permit objections based on political grounds. A military tribunal in 2004 rules that refusing to serve based on political grounds falls under the umbrella of civil disobedience, hence the reason why conscientious objectors are imprisoned. However, there is a long tradition of opposition to military conscription in Israel. In 2003, a group of 27 Israeli Air Force pilots refused to take part in military operations in the occupied West Bank and Gaza, causing national fury and condemnation. That same year, a letter was signed by 13 reservists of an elite commando unit who refused to take part in the occupation of Palestinian territories. In 2014, 43 veterans of Israel's intelligence unit refused to participate in any actions against the Palestinian civilians in the occupied territories. Tel Aviv's war on Gaza, which is now in its third month, has deeply divided Israeli society. On the one hand, public support for Israel's military offensive has surged, with 96% of Jewish Israelis rallying behind the government's stated objective of dismantling the Hamas government. On the other hand, Palestinian citizens of Israel, and even numerous left-wing Israelis, have been targeted for showing opposition to Tel Aviv's ongoing offensive, which has already killed at least 22,185 Palestinians and wounded 57,035 others.
We won't turn a blind eye to the genocide in Gaza and to the occupation just because that's what we're supposed to do.
And the first day was a defensive war, but after that it became totally an offensive war against the civilians in Gaza. I refuse the notion that killing civilians in Gaza will bring security to anyone.